All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Wednesday, March 8th, 2023. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. Didn't have too bad of a night last night. Went 4-1 on my picks yesterday. Takes me to 144 and 124 on the year. Got a decent slate of NBA games today, and then also got some college basketball, a little bit of NHL.
Yep, I went 5-4. I did hit a parlay in the NHL. I really stunk it up in the college. I was 0 for 3. I was 2-1 in NBA, but yeah, I hit a parlay in the NHL, so not too bad, I guess. 5-4.
I was 2-1 in the NBA. I had the Warriors winning. They didn't cover, and then I went 2-0 in college basketball.
I'm struggling with them college tournament games, man. Everything I pick, it's way off.
Yeah, and then you had the World Baseball Classic start last night. I haven't watched much of it yet. It started like at 10 o'clock last night.
Who's covering it? MLB
Uh,
Network or
I think MLB. I think Fox is covering quite a bit of it.
yeah, being on that
The
late at
United
night.
States don't play till Saturday, and
Well,
they'll play. I think they play at 6.
yeah, we'll be. Right now they're playing at 10 o'clock at night. It's kind of hard. I work, so
Well, it's because the games are in
yeah.
Korea. These games are going on that started last night.
I just seen something interesting, a little bit off topic, but WWE just announced that their next show after WrestleMania is going to be in Puerto Rico. It's going to be the Backlash.
Hmm.
It's going to be in Puerto Rico, so that's pretty interesting.
I saw something about a woman on NXT collapsed or something. Is that part of the storyline?
Storyline.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, she beat that. She beat that Mako. Roxanne Perez beat Mako and then collapsed, and it was it's part of the storyline, I believe.
That's what I was wondering if it
Yeah,
was or
yeah.
not. I didn't see anything. I just saw the little article that said that mysteriously collapsed or something. I was like,
Do
well,
you think they're having Breaker and Carmelo the day of WrestleMania on the stand and deliver for NXT? Do you think Breaker loses the belt to Carmelo and Breaker goes up, or do you think?
I think so. I think it's time to bring Breaker up.
I think it's time for both of them.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Honestly,
I'm kind of surprised they haven't brought either one of them up yet. To be honest. All right. Once I get my freaking phone to cooperate, so I can pull these odds back up, make sure they haven't changed any. There we go. All right. In NBA tonight, we'll go ahead and start NBA. I think there's like 7 games tonight. First game is the Atlanta Hawks at the Washington Wizards. The Hawks are 3-point favorites, minus 154 on the money line. The Wizards are plus 130 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 236 and a half. The Hawks are 32 and 33 on the season, 2 and 3 over their last 5. They are on a 4-game road losing streak. Wizards are 31 and 34. They're 3 and 2 over their last 5. They do lead the season series versus the Hawks 1-0. I like the Wizards in this game. At the plus 3, they're at home. The Hawks have not been a great team on the road. And there's really no injuries to speak of in this game. So I like the Wizards at home.
have the Hawks played any better since they changed coaches?
Not really.
No.
They're 2 and 3 over their last 5. So I mean, no, they have.
About the same.
Which I didn't expect them to play a whole lot better because I didn't think McMillan was the problem.
No, I think there's some team chemistry and some egos is a problem.
Hey, how's it going, Billy? Scrappy, quit. Look at me like that. Give me that look like he wasn't doing nothing. And then he laid his head down. He's being a little asshole because he's laying over there where Pablo usually lays instead of laying over where he usually lays.
Yeah, Pablo wasn't doing that all day.
Probably not. They're just being Scrappy just being a dickhead. Uh, Next game, the Portland Trailblazers at the Boston Celtics. Celtics are 10-point favorites at home, minus 500 on the money line. Trailblazers are plus 385 on the money line. Over-unders at 230 and a half. Portland is 31-34 on the season. 2-3 over their last 5 games. Celtics are 45-21. 1-4 through their last 5 games. I like the Celtics in this game. They're playing at home. They're going to have Tatum back. Looks like they're going to have most of their guys back. That they've been missing a few guys on for some injuries. 10 points is a little too many for me, but I do like the Celtics at home to win the game. Dallas next game, Dallas Mavericks at the New Orleans Pelicans. The Mavericks are 2-point favorites. They're minus 134 on the money line. The Pelicans are plus 114 on the money line. Over-unders at 234 and a half. The Mavs are 34-32 on the season. 2-3 over their last 5. Pelicans are 31-34 on the season. They're 1-4 over their last 5. The Mavs do lead the season series between these two teams 2-1. I like the Mavs at the -2 in this game.
What was the over-under on that?
234 and a half. All right, next game is the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Miami Heat. The Cavs are 2-point favorites on the road, minus 126 on the money line. The Heat are plus 108 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 215. Excuse me. Cavs are 41-26, 3-2 over their last 5 games. The Heat are 35-31, 3-2 over their last 5. Heat's been battling some injuries to some players the whole season. Season series is tied 1-1 between these two teams. I like the Cavs at the on the road at the -2. Then you have the Bulls at the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets are 9-point favorites on the road, at home, minus 375 on the money line. The Bulls are plus 300 on the money line. Over-unders at 225 and a half. Bulls are 29-36 on the season, 2-3 over their last 5. Bulls have had a disappointing season. Nuggets are 46-19, 4-1 over their last 5. They lead the season series 1 game to none to the Nuggets, or to the Bulls, or against the Bulls, I should say. I like the Nuggets here on the -9. Nuggets are the better team. They're at home. Then you have the OKC Thunder at the Phoenix Suns. This went up a little bit. The Suns are 13.5-point favorites, minus 950 on the money line. Thunder are plus 640 on the money line. Over-unders at 233.5. The Thunder are 31-34 in the season, 3-2 over their last 5 games. The Suns are 36-29 on the season, 4-1 over their last 5 games. They do lead the season series 1-0. It went up a half point from earlier because it was at 13, but it's at 13.5. I like the Suns in this game at the 13.5. I know 13.5 is a lot of points, but you have no Gilchrist Alexander, who's the Thunder's best player. He's out tonight. So you got Thunder dealing with some injuries. You have the Suns who are just got to add KD to their team. Last week? I think he made his debut. They've looked good. They've looked pretty solid since him and Booker have looked solid together since he's been playing. I think the Suns are starting to get a little bit of momentum. The Thunder are coming in limping because of injuries. So I like the Suns at the minus 13.5.
Shouldn't KD really help them on defense too?
He'll help them some on defense because he's a pretty good defender, but they did give up one of their best defensive players in Mikal Bridges to get KD. So I don't know if it's going to be that much of an upgrade because you lost.
They got some pretty good size though with him, and then what's the other dude they have?
Ayton.
They got some pretty good size and should be able to rebound.
But yeah, Mikal Bridges was their best defender because of his length and everything, and he's one of the guys they lost. But KD's not a bad defender. I mean, KD's pretty well-rounded player. He can do about anything in offense, and I'm not gonna say he's a great defender, but he's not a. It's not like he's an average defender either. He's a pretty good defender. Uh, I just don't think it's going to be a big upgrade defensively just because you lost Mikal Bridges. But I don't think they lost them.
Yeah.
I don't think they got a lot worse on defense either. Okay, and then we got one more game in the NBA. The Toronto Raptors at the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers are 2.5 point favorites at home, minus 142 on the money line. The Raptors are plus 120 on the money line. Over-unders at 230. Raptors are 32-34 in the season, 2-3 over their last five. Clippers are 34-33, 1-4 over their last five. They do lead the season series versus the Raptors 1-0. I kind of like the under on this game. Raptors are a decent defensive team, but they have been struggling on the offensive end. Clippers have been up and down. They added Westbrook. They added Westbrook after Paul George was really campaigning hard to bring Westbrook in. So they brought Westbrook in. It hasn't been like he's helped them turn around or anything. But I like the Clippers at home here at the minus 2.5. I know the Clippers have had their struggles, but I do think they're the better team out of these two teams. And there's no really injuries to speak of between the two teams tonight. So I like the Clippers at the minus 2.5. So my picks for tonight in the NBA, I'm going to go with the Cleveland Cavaliers at the minus 2.5 against the Miami Heat. Denver Nuggets minus 9 against the Chicago Bulls. Phoenix Suns minus 13.5 against the OKC Thunder. And the Clippers at the minus 2.5 against the Raptors. 13.5, that might be the biggest spread I've picked in the NBA this season.
My NBA parlay for tonight, I'm going to take Cleveland at Miami over the 215. I'm going to take Toronto at the Clippers over the 230. And I'm going to take Dallas at the Pelicans under the 234.5.
See, Billy says the Bucks still covered yesterday. The line I had at they still covered the minus 7. So that worked out good for you. Said he hit his 14 parlay. He put 30 down to win 201.
Cool.
That's a good little parlay. Do y'all see Jimmy Butler leaving Miami since he said he wants to play for a winning team? And what team do y'all see him going to if he does leave Miami? I'd have to do a little more research into that. I haven't really looked into what's going on over there.
What's the Heat's record right now? They're not terrible, are they?
35-31. They've had some injuries. There's been Lowry has had some injuries, which he's getting older. Then you have you have Lowry getting older. Hero's been probably about their best player, him and Butler. Then Oladipo's still there, but he hasn't been doing a whole lot. I mean, they just haven't been able to get really get going consistently this year. But it's not like they fell off and they're like the worst team in the league either. Let's see.
CJ's coming. The 35-31. They're 7th.
Yeah,
I think they expected to be a little better than that.
Well, I think they would have if it wouldn't been for maybe for a few injuries. And they got some guys who are getting a little older. I mean, you have Lowry, who he's not a bad player, but he's starting to get a little older. He's not the same guy he was.
Boston's been struggling a little bit lately, and Bucks been playing pretty good.
Well, Boston had I know Tatum out for a game or two.
Yeah, they're 5-5 the last 10. Bucks are 9-1. 76ers been playing well. They're 7-3. Knicks have been on fire. 9-1.
Yeah, they've been on. Did the Knicks finally lose? They were like had won like 9 games in a row. Did they end up losing last night?
I know they're 9-1, so they must have 9-1 last 10. So they may have won 9 in a row. I don't know. Jason, for your help, you need to contact Frankie Cruz. I think he can help you.
OJ, it's a my bad wrong podcast.
Just contact Frankie. He'll take care of it.
Contact Freddie over at the Sports Empire Network.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Okay, yeah, they lost last night. Okay, I was gonna say I hadn't seen the score of that game yet. I was actually, thanks, Billy. I was actually looking it up. So I knew they had won 9 in a row, so I figured they must have lost last night. I didn't. Surprised me that they lost to the Hornets. Lost to the Hornets by 7. Which that was a game I almost took yesterday, but I didn't.
I had it in the over and under, and that was one of them that cost me in my bad.
I never. I don't know. I ain't had too much luck with the over unders in basketball.
I've not been doing too bad with it, so I've been sticking with it lately.
I've been doing the now over unders in NFL. I've done pretty good on during the NFL season, but in NBA, I've stayed away from here lately because I was struggling on the over unders. Yeah, 1012, 105. Thanks, Jay.
Jason.
We appreciate
Jay. Crazy Jay.
I think he's going, or is that tomorrow? Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. He's going to a concert.
Oh, is it?
Tomorrow night. Yeah. He might have been leaving today, but I think the concert's tomorrow night because that's why no unscripted tomorrow. His wife had bought him tickets for Christmas or something. I forget who it was now, but bought him tickets for Christmas for this concert. That's tomorrow. Did you already do NHL?
No, I can do it right now. My NHL parlay for tonight, I got the Blackhawks at the Red Wings. I'll take the Red Wings money line win. I got the Minnesota Wild at the Winnipeg Jets. I'll take the Winnipeg Jets money line win. And I got the Anaheim Ducks at the Vancouver Canucks. I'll take Vancouver money line win.
Jerry Cantrell. Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember who he was going to see. Jerry Cantrell's who he's going to see.
Who the hell's that? Country probably. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to be. I'm not.
Probably
must be because I don't. I'm not.
You gotta remember Jay down there in the South. So.
Oh, sure. The only Cantrell I know is Cantrell's Barbershop. That's all Cantrell I know.
Butler's getting their ass whooped right now at halftime. College basketball, you got quite a few games because you got the conference tournaments. Lead guitars for Alice in Chains.
Okay. Well, you liked Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Did we see Alice in Chains? I'm trying to remember. Were they ever at the Rib Fest?
No.
Okay.
No, I like Alice. Yeah, I like Alice in Chains. I didn't realize that Cantrell was doing stuff on his own though. I don't keep up as much on the stuff that's going on nowadays in music. I listen to a lot of music, but I listen to a lot of older stuff.
Yeah, the Big Ten tournament starts tonight.
You got the Big Ten. Yeah, you got a lot of conference tournaments going on in the in college basketball. As tournament brackets come out on Sunday. Do you have any games for college basketball?
Yeah. Want to go ahead and do it?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I've got my parlay for tonight for the college basketball. I got let me look at Northwestern State at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I'll take the Corpus Christi money line win. I got California plus 14 at Washington State, and I got Lafayette at Colgate. I'll take Colgate minus the 14.
There's quite a few games today.
And one thing, I think that's Northeastern State, not Northwestern State.
Trying to scroll down because there was another game I forgot to write down. I was going to. Oh, okay, them were Thursday games. I went too far. All right. For my college basketball tonight. Oh yeah, I'm sure he was at Ruoff probably if he played Noblesville. It's at Ruoff.
Yeah, Damien, I think that I mean they know it's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take 2 first-round draft horses, and they just probably don't want to. That's a lot of that's a lot to give up. A lot of money. I mean, you got to make a decision If you bring Lamar in, is that going to make you a winner right now, or are you going to have to add a lot more pieces, or you have money to add the other pieces? It's a tricky situation. I mean,
All right. I'm going to take 2 games in college basketball. I'm going to take Ohio State -1.5 over Wisconsin in the Big Ten tournament, and then I'm also going. Or that game's tomorrow. Damn it! Ohio State and Wisconsin games tonight, but the other game I was going to pick for tomorrow. Take for tomorrow. So
well,
I guess
there's another Big Ten game today. Pick it.
that's probably not the game. That's not the game I wanted.
Well, pick it anyway. Big Ten. Come on, have some guts.
The game I was picking was Big Ten, but it's for tomorrow. Actually, we'll go with because the other Big Ten game I wasn't a big fan of. Nebraska and Minnesota. That game, either team can. We'll go with. I thought there was. We'll go with Seton Hall at the -4.5 against DePaul. I had to change it because the other game I had looked at was for tomorrow. I was going to take Michigan. So okay. So for my NCAA picks for today, Ohio State -1.5 over Wisconsin, and I'm going to take Seton Hall -4.5 against DePaul. Because the other game I had wrote down was Michigan and Rutgers, but that game isn't until Thursday. I like Michigan in that game. Rutgers is a totally different team when they don't get to play at home. When they play them and Maryland, when Maryland and Rutgers are at home, they're tougher than hell. But you get them outside of their home building, it's a little different story. Yeah, Jay, I'm sure he played at Rudolph. Used to be called Deer Creek. We've seen a lot of concerts there. Uh, I haven't seen Alice in Chains live. That's one. I've seen a bunch of bands live. I've seen Korn. I've seen Motley Crue. I'm trying to think of some of the heavier bands I've seen.
Jay, what's your favorite concert of all time?
I've seen Ozzy. I've seen I Prevail.
Chris, what's your favorite concert of all time?
Tom, probably either Tom Petty or Tom Petty and John Mellencamp are probably the best two I've been to.
My favorite show was Mellencamp when we had those
Yeah, the second
row seats there at Emmons. Is my favorite. I don't even know if that was his best performance, but it was my favorite because we were so close. That's probably my favorite. Yeah, I've seen a lot of good ones though. So.
And I'd put when I saw Corn was real good. Of course, there I saw. Damn it! Of course, his name's going. Rob Zombie. Saw Rob Zombie, Corn, Alice Cooper.
What band?
Motley Crue was pretty good when I've seen them. I'd like to see them when they were a little younger.
What band surprised you how good they was? Like maybe you went and said, "Okay, I'm going to this show, but man, this one really surprised you." And then what one did you go to that maybe they weren't as good as I thought they was? The one that really shocked me, how good they was Blessed Union of Souls when we went to see.
They were good.
See them at Ball State. I mean, I was excited to go see them, but they were fantastic. I mean, a lot better than I ever thought they would be.
Man, that's a tough one. I'm probably gonna say the one that probably surprised me the most, as was better than I thought they might be.
What was your expectations for Earth, Wind, and Fire? Because you didn't know a lot about them, and they were really good.
Yeah, they were good. I'm gonna say probably. I'm probably gonna have to go. I'm probably gonna have to go with. Man, that's a tough one.
Billy Buzz, what's your favorite concert of all time?
I would say probably one that surprised me. It was a little bit. It might have been better than what I thought. I'm gonna go with Night Ranger. because they.
Yeah.
I mean, they were good, but I thought they'd be good. But I thought that last time we saw them, they were just they were great.
They were really good.
So I'm gonna probably go with Night
And
Ranger.
you're talking about a bunch of dudes in the 60s. Yeah,
and,
they were really
yeah,
good. I've kind of forgot about that.
and then
Which I knew they were good, but yeah, they were outstanding.
And the one that I thought might be better than what they were, probably the first time that we saw Marshall Tucker band, and I thought they were good, but I thought was going to be a little better. But then the last time we saw, them, I thought they were a lot better than the time we saw them before.
Oh yeah, they were a lot better. I thought they were.
And some of that is because I love that one song, and then when you see them live, they don't even hardly sing the song either. The whole damn crowd sings the song, so that kind of. But no, the last time we saw them, they were awesome.
I'll tell
but
you,
that first time we saw them, I think I was just because I was such fans of theirs. I think I was expecting a little bit more than what we got.
You're gonna have to help me with this. I just went to see a concert, and it's the AC/DC cover band. Remember
Thunderstruck?
Went and seen Thunderstruck. Me and my wife had a real nice venue, and man,
they're killer.
Well, yeah, they were good the time we seen them. They knocked it out of the park. I don't think AC/DC could play that well right now.
I've seen them two or three times now.
Oh man,
and they've always been good.
That venue, they were outstanding, man.
Billy said he's a huge Black Sabbath Aussie fan, but my fave was seeing the Stones in a small club here in Connecticut.
Oh yeah, that'd be something.
I've seen Black Sabbath and Aussie. They were awesome. But I'd like to see the Stones. And my son would love to see. Would love to be able to go see the Stones.
How old is he? He's 22, 23?
22,
and his favorite band's the Rolling Stones, which is kind of surprising to me. But he grew up on all kinds of music, so but he loves the Rolling Stones. Yeah, that would be cool to see him in a small venue like that.
But Damien, to get back to your question real quick on the thoughts about the Falcons. Now, said they're not going to make a trade for Lamar. I think people are going to realize that the Ravens aren't as nuts as people think they are. I think they've done this non-exclusive franchise tag to. I think in their minds they don't see nobody giving Lamar over 250 million guaranteed. They don't see anybody doing that. So I think they're doing this non-franchise tag to try to show Lamar that hey, that there's not a market for you at that price out there, and we're not going to be the ones to overpay you. And not saying that he don't deserve a contract, because I think Lamar's a good quarterback. I've said before I'd take him on the Colts, but I also understand the business side of it. Just because one team in the Cleveland Browns decided to give out an idiotic contract to Deshaun Watson, that $230 million guaranteed. If I'm an owner of it, or if I'm an owner or a GM of a team, that doesn't mean I have to. And I think that's what a point that a lot of people are missing, that they think just because somebody was stupid enough to give Deshaun Watson that kind of money, that now all these teams need to be stupid enough to keep doing that. And
but what do you think a fair deal would be for him, knowing what the Giants just paid? So 40, so definitely over 40 million a year. But I don't think that's the big sticky point. I don't think they have a problem.
He wants it all guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't think they have a problem paying him maybe 50 million a year. I don't think they want to give him all guaranteed. No, and I understand that,
because they offered him like 200 something million total contract, but only like 130, like with like 130 of a guarantee, 130 million guaranteed, and he turned that down because he wants it all guaranteed like Deshaun Watson got, and they're not going to do that, especially with the guy, which was stupid for Cleveland to do it because you were with a guy that hadn't played for 2 years. But if you're looking at Baltimore's point, in the last 2 seasons you've missed 15 games. Yes. So out of the last 2 seasons you've almost missed equivalent to a season.
Yep.
And you want me to guarantee I think make you the highest paid quarterback ever and fully guaranteed? That it's just not a smart business decision.
I think they would be willing to, like, he's wanting.
I think they would have gave him
maybe 180 million guaranteed.
I think
they'd meet him in the middle.
I figured they were going to end up offering like 230, 240 with around 170 to 180 guaranteed.
Yeah,
I
think that's a fair deal.
And I thought he would take that if they offered him that. I don't know if they ever offered him that, and you know what I mean, and that was something he rejected.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember. I of course wasn't there, but I remember Phil Collins flying in. I remember that. And Damien, about the NXT thing, I think it's a good move, and it follows storyline because if people remember, on Gargano's way out, the guy that beat him up was I can't think of his name right now, Waller. He was the one that that was Gargano's last match on NXT, so that follows storylines, him coming back and going after Gargano, and they don't have a main thing for Gargano right now. I mean, he's getting to be on TV and everything, but right now, but I figure they're waiting on Ciampa to get healthy, and then I think they're gonna maybe put them back together as a tag team and build them up. So, or maybe a storyline with Ciampa of some kind. So I think that was the original plan, and things got screwed up. So they just trying to make the best of it right now. And I think Gargano's doing a good job. So I think it's good. He's not back in NXT permanently, just for this show. Coming up, the little pay-per-view show they're going to be doing day of WrestleMania.
Let's see. Cardinals just released wide receiver Chosen Anderson.
I don't know who that is.
Robbie Anderson. He changed,
Robbie Anderson.
He changed his name to Chosen.
Okay. I'm just going to be quiet.
You missed that a few weeks ago.
I missed that. I'm just going to shut up.
I wonder how Austin feels about that because he's a big Cardinals fan in Austin, but the Cardinals are talking about moving on from Hopkins. Now you're moving on from Anderson. They're really looks like the Cardinals are pretty much starting to go back into kind of like a rebuild mode. And you have a quarterback that's undersized and hurt.
Damien, I don't agree with you on a lot of things, but yeah, I like Thatcher a lot too. But I don't think he's signed yet, but he's been wrestling over at AEW on TV. I think he wrestled. Forget who he wrestled on TV here recently on Dynamite or Rampage, and then he's been wrestling some dark stuff. I don't think he's signed yet, though. I would love WWE to bring him back, though. I thought Thatcher was great.
All right. Before we get out of here for today, my picks for today: NBA Cavs -2.5, Nuggets -9, Suns -13.5, Clippers -2.5. In college basketball, Ohio State -1.5. Seton Hall -4.5. Again, yesterday's picks were 4-1. That puts me at 144 and 124 on the year. We appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room and at the All Sports All Plays Network. Also, like and follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post all the information about all of our shows. Don't forget tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Super fan Glenn Richardson will be joining us. Should be a great conversation. He just won another contest yesterday. Dude's always winning contests for different sports and concerts and stuff. And then he was just at Daytona a couple weeks ago, NXT a couple weeks ago. He goes to every home Pacer game, goes to all the Indiana Fever games. He's just a big sports fan of all different sports. So
he goes to independent wrestling, goes to WWE, AEW. He loves it all, man.
So join us tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter at Gonzo Sports Room, and at the All Sports All Plays Network for that. Also tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, GSR Gonzo Sports Room. We'll talk Lamar Jackson getting franchise tagged. We'll talk Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets, possibly. And we'll talk some World Baseball Classics. So come join us tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern for that. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, right? Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern for Easy Money, a sports betting show. And we also Saturday. Don't forget Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live streaming WTF Wrestling Theology Fellowship Wrestle Splash, featuring as seen on AEW. Brian Pillman Jr. is in the main event against one of our favorites that we've seen on the independent scene a lot, Apollo Star.
Yep.
That's going to be an awesome. I look for that to be an awesome match.
I've seen they added a match too that sounded real good. Paragon. I can't remember who it was, but it's a real good matchup. I can't remember. I was real excited when I seen it though.
But yeah, so it'll be a great card. If you've never been to WTF, This show is in Fortville, Indiana, at the Mercy Road Church. Great facility, real nice facility. They put on a great show. This will be our third or fourth time going to the one here in Fortville, and they've always been a great show every time we went. So go, or if you in the area, come join us live there in Fortville, Indiana, for WTF. You can find more information about that at WTF Wrestling Theology Fellowship on Facebook. The flyers also posted on the Gonzo Sports Room social media as well. If you're not in the area and you can't make it there, join us. Bell time's at 6 p.m. Eastern, so join us 6 Eastern on Saturday for that. That should be a great show. And then the next couple of weeks, we got a bunch of shows coming up. We got one next on the 18th, then we have one the 24th, the 25th, the 26th.
Yep.
So got a lot of pro wrestling shows coming up. But we appreciate everybody joining us. This has been Easy Money, a sports betting show. We will see you guys tomorrow right around 3, somewhere between 3:30. We shoot for 3, but sometimes the afternoon show takes a little bit longer. But today we didn't have the afternoon show, but I had a few things going on where so we had to start a little bit later today. But we'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern for another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Don't forget ASAP Afternoon Blitz tomorrow at 1 Eastern as well. Check out the new ASAP Network app on if you're an Android user, Google Play or Google Play Store. You can also find it on Roku and on Amazon. So go check that out. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.